I haven't made a video in like a really fucking long time. But yeah, I'm gonna try and make this video as amusing as possible because I'm sick. I just thought a little story time would be fine. So this little story has to do with a little piece of shit. I pretty much got harassed last week and interrogated. For the person I'm gonna be talking about, I'm just gonna use a fake name because I don't want this dude to go after me again after summer. If he figures out I have a fucking YouTube channel, which occasionally happens. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh god, I'm sick, sorry. Me and my friends have been dealing with a lot of creepy dudes lately. Like, me and my friends had to deal with another really creepy guy. I'm gonna call him, I'm drinking tea right now, I'm gonna call him Mate. It all started on a Tuesday. I was sitting with my friend Billy. We were working on homework, aka finals, because finals was that week. And then eventually this dude came along, just said like a few weird comments, and then kind of left. I don't know, I didn't really think much of it. He kind of like, I think he said something about blushing or something. Like, I'm just really awkward when I talk to somebody I don't know, and so I kind of shut down and I'm silent as fuck. He just kind of got up and left. It was just kind of weird, but like I didn't say much of it. Like I didn't want to assume anything. Apparently, like on a Thursday, the same guy came around again, and he kind of just decided like, oh hey, I'm gonna sit next to you. I was sitting by myself and, with a giant round table, and out of anywhere he could have sat across from me, he could have sat away from me. He had to pick the seat right next to me. I know that's probably sounds like a dick thought, but like you'll see why I don't really necessarily like this guy. He started like interrogating me.
Hi, stranger.
He started asking me questions about Billy, and I'm like, this is really weird.
It's been a while.
He was asking me like my friend Billy's pronouns and stuff. And then he started asking questions about me, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
I've missed you.
And then he kind of paused, and he's like, by the way, I'm kinky. So pretty much he was bragged about being a pervert, and that's not necessarily something you should brag about.
It's okay. You can look at my butt.
And then he's like, okay, I have to go. So he got up and left because he had to go take a final or something. And I just was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you? I just thought it was really uncomfortable when he like told me that he was like seriously kinky, and then he started talking about some kinky things, and I was just kind of like, I make dirty jokes all the time, but when you brag that you're actually kinky, that's just really fucking weird.
I feel like I can really be vulnerable around you.
Later I kind of figured out that he really was really strange. A strange little fellow. So I start working on my final some more. I was trying to study for my English final. So then I just start texting my friendo Billy, and I'm like, okay, what's your history with this guy? I'm gonna call him Mate. And then apparently he asked out like Billy like 3 times and doesn't even know Billy's pronouns or doesn't even know Billy at all.
What? What the fuck?
So I'm just like, that's weird. And then I just kind of noticed he was lurking around next to me. I was just really uncomfortable, okay? I really wanted to get up, and I really wanted to go over to the second building because our school has like 3 fucking buildings. I really was about to go up and go to the other building to find Billy because I didn't want this guy to be lurking around. Gotta go fast, okay. And so then my friend Morgan comes around. He's like a former football player. He's like fucking Superman. He just like comes over, and I'm like, shit, Morgan, where the fuck have you been? I kind of tell him what happens, and it's kind of like, yeah, that's weird. And so apparently I turn around, and Mr. Mate was right behind me. I think he heard the last part of my conversation with telling Morgan. I'm just like, oh shit. He sits right next to me again. I'm like, out of all places, you could have sat far away from me, please. And then he just starts talking to Morgan, which is fine because I did not really necessarily want to talk to this guy. Then he started like asking for Morgan's number. I'm like, whatever. And then he starts asking me for my number.
I just want to sit here and relax with you.
I'm like, you don't even know me and you're asking for my number. I'm like not gonna give my number to somebody who's already making me very uncomfortable, and I was already have a strange gut feeling from this guy, and I did not want to give him my number. I told him no, like I don't want you to have my number. And then instead of respecting that boundary, he just kind of like looked over to Morgan and was like, okay, do you have her number? Like, I was really freaked out. So I looked over at Morgan, and Morgan lied to him saying like, oh no, I don't have her number. Oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, I was saved because of Morgan, and my friend Casey and Sophia come and they just sit like across from us, and I mean they start talking to this guy, and I was a little freaked out that this guy was going to like ask for my number from them, and they didn't even know the story. He actually tried to snatch my phone from my hands to get my number, which made me really pissed off. So my friends like to steal my phone at the time, so I have like ninja skills with grabbing my phone back. And so I was able to grab my phone back away from him, and I told him to knock it off, like it wasn't cool. So I literally went to class, and it was fine because my English teacher was like, oh, okay, we're going to do some relaxing methods. I also like turned my head to the side and I looked at Morgan, and he asked me if I was okay, and I said no. Okay, so this isn't even like the worst part, because like during lunch, I kind of like told all my friends about this because I don't want him asking around for my number, because apparently he's going through my friends. I don't want him to have my number at all. It's safer to have your number not be shared by somebody who's creepy. And I also found out some other stuff about this guy. He moans when he walks out of classrooms. I mean, probably as a joke, but you know, that's kind of weird after he bragged about that he was kinky. I also found out that he actually asked out my friend Cece, and he started asking out my other friends before he even went to Billy. So after finding out some other stuff about this guy, I already like completely was freaked the fuck out that he was talking to me. And that means he's probably trying to, you know, ask me out. Like he did with Billy 3 times. So yeah, I thanked all my friends for like, you know, listening to me and helping me, because they offered to come sit with me early at school the next day because I had a strong feeling that this guy was gonna come back, which he did, by the way. So then it was Friday. This is kind of like the last time I saw him before I didn't see him again. He asks to sit down. My friend Peter, who's the brave little fucking soul, told him to, you know, no, like, can you please leave? So this guy, he literally was just like, he didn't want to leave. He just kept like making excuses, and he just wanted to stay, and by this point my friends knew that he was making me uncomfortable, and he eventually left. And then he came back again. He started talking to Morgan, and he kept asking for votes to like sit with us. He almost sat with us at one point. He was kind of getting annoyed with us. Peter eventually spoke up to him and told him like, you're stalking like Billy and Jillian, like can you freaking leave? And he was bragging about how he stalks everybody. And then eventually he walked past us, stuck his tongue at us, like very immaturely. Eventually, also later, like my friend Catherine, they share a class, and so they kind of told him to like leave our friend group alone. Like they told him to like screw off and stuff. And also on Friday, he tried to sit with us, and he had his fly down the entire time, which was also really, really weird. He had his fly down. What the fuck? That's my little story about last week. Oh, and also I left early on like Monday or something, and my mom actually saw the guy. Like, I literally ran down the hallway as fast as I fucking could. I ran like fucking Naruto. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna go now, so goodbye.